I have in my entire life. That's been my trajectory for the last 6 weeks.
Why is it that you finally decided to come down?
In particular?
Yeah. The officer was up there, right?
Yeah, he was very civil. I don't know, I guess I trusted him. Trust for people in uniform, trusting people in uniform for me is very difficult. Not because I've had any particularly bad experiences, but just because of media stuff. And they wield a lot of power. But he looked me in the eye, and I don't know, there's been a couple people talking to me, and then I just, like I said, I said my reasons for coming down, and like I said, I'm working a lot on instinct these days.
He took a very large stand for all of us, and now it's time to shift that burden.
There we go. That's
and
why
allow
he's the PR guy.
somebody else to step up. And
That's why
who
he's the
knows
PR
who's
guy.
going to be on the roof, but there will be someone on that fucking roof tomorrow, so you better
Is this
fucking
more
get
about
ready.
homelessness,
Sorry, I'm not
or is
supposed
it
to slam
about
TV.
the saving of historic buildings for you?
It is both. It is both.
Talk to me about both of them, would you?
Okay.
First of all, the
He
preservation
is,
of
remember,
older
he is,
buildings.
he's slightly,
Okay, I got
he's
you.
slightly exhausted. Remember, he's been up on the roof for a
The
very long
homeless issue.
time.
The homeless issue is because it's about how we misuse resources. There's space there. The history. I guess that's kind of incidental, but I guess part of me wanting to take control of that space and use it for communal good is that I want to create more flexible options for people in different homeless living situations. I want to make places for people to come shower, shave, cook a meal, and then go back out. Places for families to sleep at night. More flexible options, because let me tell you, I came from, my college was paid for, and I couldn't hack the rent, job, and I've had plenty of jobs. Rent, job, car insurance. We just gotta say that sometimes the model that we try to apply to everybody isn't gonna work for everybody,
What did the officer say to you?
Oh, well, he just told me, the owner wouldn't press charges if I walked, and he's just very, and I think he said he appreciated me. I don't know, it's been a long day.
It was a great victory for everything we stood for, but at the same time,
Oh, I'd supply for weeks if I really got a bug in my butt. I'd Cliff
we
Bars.
still have supply for weeks, so stay tuned.
I didn't have enough water. Water would become a problem very quickly. It'd be, live and learn. When I go to make trouble for y'all, I'll think it out a little bit more next time.
You think this thing's still gonna come down?
That
Not if
depends.
there's another person on there tomorrow.
Yeah. I think
We'll
if people
extend it
just
as far as we can.
continue to sit and watch TV and watch the spectacle, then yeah, it's definitely gonna come down for sure. But if they come out and vote with their feet, and at least, even if it's gonna come down, at least bear witness, so that the next time, they're actually thinking about it. They're actually feeling what's happening instead of just another spectacle.
The problem
What was it that
is,
made you get up there this morning in particular? This has been going on for a long time.
we've been squatting this place for the last month plus.
Try.
okay?
I'd really like to
We've-
hear from you, if you don't mind.
I've been living with him for the last month
No, I
plus,
understand.
so yeah, no,
But I'm asking
he's completely delirious, so I could tell you the same fucking story.
Yeah,
That's
and
what's
he really
worse
could.
on
He really
TV.
could. It's been a very interesting experience. Like you say, we've been squatting, and there's kind of a core group of people, artists, musicians, creative people, far out people, and we've been trying to kind of create a safe space for us. But 6 weeks ago, the cops came and kicked in their doors, and so now we've been trying to regulate, trying to keep the good people in and the trouble out, and that's really hard. That's really hard. It's a whole social game. Why I got up there this morning?
It was
Honestly,
your job.
honestly,
No, it's the end of it. We
honestly,
heard
I was
it
kind of
coming
curious to
down.
see what would happen.
You heard we heard it was coming down 2 days ago, and he showed up last night with a bag full of shit, and he was just like, we're going for it. He's like, no, they're gonna
Stop cussing. You really gotta stop.
Okay.
It wasn't.
Well,
it
this is the word on the
Yeah.
street.
Yeah, yeah,
It
hold
was
on.
illegal what you were doing. That guy owns the property.
Oh, absolutely, and I take full responsibility.
Nobody
for
owns
that.
Mother Earth.
Okay, settle. I got you.
It's
true.
Absolutely illegal. Yeah, you know what? Legal isn't always moral. That's
And
it.
that man is definitely not moral. He does not give a crap.
I don't know who he is. I'm glad he gave me a walk, but if he has more business interests in Portland, then our business isn't done. I'm I'm sorry to say that, but you know, this is my city. I was born here. You know, and I'm tired of making compromises. Quite frankly.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Thank you.
Go get some food.
Come on, bro. There's more beer where that.